on their hands and knees and died, and he made the Olympic team. Everybody's always figuring out how to do these things. Any other questions or anything? I'm thinking of something that came to mind. I'm telling lies. It's terrible like this. Speaking of running, I bring this up. I watched those Nittany Valley Running Club mile. You guys need some work on mechanics, man. You'd all do yourself a favor if you took a course in modern dance or ballet. And throw a little gymnastics in. You're all weak. You have no mechanics. You work too damn hard, and you ain't going nowhere. Is that blunt enough? Serious. I realize you're not trying to be a pro, but you would at least like to have some fun doing it. And those things, as I tell the guys, if you don't get anything else out of the modern dance or the ballet, but a date with the girl who your partner, what the hell? You've gained an awful lot right there. Any other questions? Yeah, you would, David. Damn
I know. In terms of training tactics, did you coach Greg?
I'm sorry.
What was the biggest difference in how you coached Greg with how maybe Dellinger coached?
Fredericks?
Yeah.
Well,
Coach Pre.
One thing about Greg was that he ran, I'll give you this, Pre ran 8:41, 2 mile. Greg ran 9:28. 3 years later, they were this far apart on the track. What's the difference? The difference was not the training, but that Greg's body developed. And Pre was a man when he was a kid, living out there, cutting the trees down and all that kind of stuff. Where Greg did a lot. He did an awful lot of running starting in junior high. He had a paper route. A lot of kids don't have it. Like I tell people, if you want a great distance runner today, buy a house that's 20 miles from the mailbox, and don't buy a car, and your kid will end up getting something. So that's what Greg did. By the time I got him at Penn State, he was ready to go. Most kids have skipped all that. They don't get the kind of background over a long enough period of time for their bodies to grow into running. And a lot of great runners come on late. Pre had it really quick and was smart enough that he was going to use a lot of great ones. I can think of one in particular, the kid, the great miler. He kind of standing still, and the reason being, he was a man when he was a boy. And all the boys are going right by him. Did I answer your question?
That's good enough.
Get me a pen. We'll ride down the car. We have a lot of time.
So Harry, on race day, when you were telling Greg what to do, or if you'd already told him, what did you tell him to do against
I want to tell you what the thing that really helped Greg. We were in Des Moines. That was when Pre cut the foot in the pool. He mentioned about stepping on a bolt in the bottom of the pool. It was there, happened there, because I was in the pool as it happened. With 300 to go, Pre and 3 other guys took off like big birds, like they weren't even going to finish. And we had never done that. Greg got left and ended up 5th. He was a sophomore. From that, he learned that the hell with the finish. Go at 300 no matter what. And once you get out there clean and free, I don't care how tired you think you are, you start to feel pretty good and you can make it all the way home. And he started doing that. That was his reputation, was that great 300-yard pickup that he had at the end. He was winning left and right because of it. Pre found out about it, and when they ran in Oregon, Pre kept the pace fast enough so there was no pickup at 300. They were dead. They were just hoping to finish at that point. But that's how he learned from that. Greg got it from that race, and from then on was just, as good as you could possibly be. And you don't worry about finishing the race. If you just go as hard as you can, and you get to. And he said, "What do I do?" I said, "Well, you get down to 110 yards, talk yourself into the next 110." So he started doing it, and it worked. As all of you people know, and especially our Olympic medal holder down here, how many you got? 2 or 3?
We're talking about Pre.
I know, but she's got Olympic medals in swimming, for crying out loud. Wrestlers have to pay to get in. Anyway, Greg, he was just a learner all the way down the line. All you had to do was suggest, and he would try and usually succeed. And if you don't know him, I think you should take the time sometime. I think he's, in my estimation, the greatest person I've ever met. And I never told him that. I used to play a tough routine all the time. And the biggest mistake I ever made was riding on a plane going to probably Olympic trials. And the stewardess came back and says, "Are you two brothers?" And I said, "No, but I wish he was." Damn, I shouldn't have said it. I just melted him down. He's no damn good for a week after that. Always had to play hardball. Seriously, I think he's one of the finest men or person I've ever met. I'm sure he's not saying the same about me. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for coming tonight. We have some light refreshments, some beer and wine, and some good running food, chocolate chip cookies, you know, and good stuff to burn off. So, help yourselves.